Brandon, the Freight Broker Alliance Logistics here, and today I want to discuss with you three things that I think will help you immensely when it comes to acquiring customers for your new freight broker business. Where we usually struggle at, most of us when we get started, is acquiring customers. The reason for that is because we don't understand how to do it. We don't know what it is that our customers want. We don't know what they need. We don't know how to service their needs. We're just not sure about how to build that relationship. But what we do know is that we want to earn their business. We want to start moving loads with that customer. We want to start to provide our service to that customer, but there's a way to do it. So I want to talk with you about how I suggest that you do that. Number one, don't try and get married on the first date. When you meet someone and you're interested in that person, usually you don't ask for their hand in marriage on the first date. You're going to find out your commonalities, explore those commonalities, see what it is that you have in common. You're going to probably want to learn more about that person to see what it is that they need, what they want in life. And then at some point you move towards saying, hey, this is a person that I want to be with for the rest of my life, and you ask them for their hand in marriage. Okay, that's the same way that we should approach it with our customers, or at least a similar way that we should approach it. Now, what do I mean by that? Very simple. With our customers, we want to build that relationship. We want to build trust. We want to help them to understand that we know what it is that we're doing. We're qualified and competent to do what it is that we say we're doing. And we want to understand their business. We want to understand their operation, what lanes they're moving freight in. You know, what is it that they are trying to achieve, what their challenges are. And then we want to offer our service as a solution to help them figure out some of those challenges. So how do we do that? Well, we have to ask questions. We have to sit with that customer and talk with them and find out what they are struggling with. We have to find out what their operation consists of and how do they do what they do so that we can offer a service to help. So don't put the cart in front of the horse and start asking for the business before you find out whether you are a good fit for the customer and the customer is a good fit for you. So first and foremost, don't try to get married on the first date. Learn about your customer. Number two, you're going to want to understand your industry. Learn about your industry, and that way it's going to help you to understand how to service your customer. And how we do that is through reading, studying our industry. And Transport Topics is a very, very good resource that's going to keep you tied into what's going on in the industry. The more you know about your industry, the better you can serve your customer. The more comfortable you're going to feel talking to your customer when you understand the industry that you're working in. When you understand the trucking industry and you understand the 3PL industry, you're going to be much more comfortable speaking to your customer. So spend time learning about your industry. We cannot throw this part out of the window and say, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and start trying to earn customers' business. You know, yeah, you can do that. That's okay to do that. But you want to also understand what's going on in your industry so that you can speak intelligently about what's happening in the industry, so that you'll know what it is that your shipper wants and needs, what's happening out there. So when you're in the same industry as someone else and you know what's happening in the industry, you can talk about it. You have a conversation to start. But when you don't know, all you can ask is, hey, this is Brandon Alliance Logistics. I was calling today to see if we could help you move some of your FTL or your LTL freight. That's okay to start with, but we have to graduate from that. We have to know and get more tied into what's going on in the industry. We do that through reading and studying our industry. Last but not least, develop some patience. Yes, we all want to get to the point where we are building customer relationships, we're earning their business, we're moving their freight, we're earning money. Everybody wants to get to that point, and we want to get there sooner than later. But it's a process, and it does not happen overnight. We have to understand and accept that so that you don't get frustrated when you don't win that customer's business on the first or second call. It's understood. You know that it's a process. You know that it takes time to build these relationships. So everything is about building blocks. First step, second step, third step. Now we're putting ourselves in positions to earn that customer's business and to start to move our businesses forward. Start to help them to do what it is that they want to do. Because we cannot get around the fact that we have to be able to bring value to the table. We can't just say, hey, I want to help you move your freight. That's good, that's great. But what value do you bring to the table as a freight broker that's going to help that shipper be effective in what it is that they want to do? That's important, and you have to understand that. You have to be able to articulate that, what type of value you bring to the table. And the more value you bring to your customers, the more important you're going to be to them and what it is that they want to achieve. And when you bring value, you're going to earn even more opportunities to help your customer. And when you have opportunity to help your customer, you have opportunities to earn more and more revenue. So that's what we want to discuss with you today. I hope this was helpful. If you want to learn more about the freight broker opportunity, take a look at the description box below. I've left a link there. Click on that link. It will allow for you to register for a webinar. It's a webinar replay. It's an in-depth look into the freight broker opportunity. And also, it's going to tell you about Alliance Logistics Freight Broker Training Program and how we can help you get started doing what it is that you're interested in doing. So that's what we wanted to share with you today. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.